Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. Bold and the beautiful, Luna's daring breakout ignites mayhem, Electra's peril looms. The clang of metal echoed through the dim corridor as Luna Nozawa pressed her back against the cold wall of her holding cell. The place smelled like disinfectant and despair, an odd contrast to the shimmering world of Forrester creations she had once known. The walls felt like they were closing in, every second reminding her she was one decision away from losing everything. But Luna was done waiting. Done running. Done letting other people dictate her fate. Tonight, she would escape. She listened for the guard steps, the familiar rhythm she'd memorized over weeks of being held for a crime she didn't believe she'd committed. The world thought she'd done terrible things, but Luna knew there was more to the story. Someone had framed her, someone with connections, influence, and far too much interest in keeping her silenced. Her heart pounded as she slipped a hand under her bunk, retrieving the slim metal bar she'd worked loose from the cot frame. It wasn't much, but it was enough. Luna had always been underestimated, sweet, soft-spoken, easily dismissed. But beneath the delicate designer fabrics, she had grit, determination, fire. And she was about to prove it. The breakout. The guard rounded the corner, right on schedule. Luna stepped into place, poised, breath held. When he keyed open the hatch to slide in her dinner tray, Luna struck. One precise swing. The metal bar connected with a thud, and the guard slumped, unconscious but breathing. Luna whispered an apology under her breath. She wasn't a villain, not even close, but she was fighting for her life. She dragged the guard's body gently to the wall, took his keys, and unlocked her cell door. Every nerve in her body was electric as she slipped into the hall, her bare feet silent on the floor. She didn't know how far she'd get. She didn't know if she had minutes or seconds. But she knew she couldn't wait any longer. When the alarm finally shrieked through the building, Luna was already in the stairwell. Already running. Already free. Forrester in frenzy. Meanwhile, chaos brewed at Forrester Creations. Steffi stepped into the design office just as Carter rushed in with a folder and a wild look in his eyes. "Steffi, we've got a situation," he said, barely catching his breath. "When don't we have a situation?" she muttered, but then she saw his expression shift from stressed to outright stunned. "Luna," Carter said. "She escaped." Steffi's jaw dropped. "What? How?" "They don't know yet. They found an unconscious guard and surveillance blind spots that look intentional." Steffi rubbed her temples. "Great. Just great. As if the press climate isn't tense enough, now we have a fugitive tied to Forrester." Carter nodded grimly. "And it gets worse." He handed her the folder. Inside were photos, grainy, dark, but unmistakable. Luna near the cliffs the night of the incident. Luna with someone cloaked in shadows. Luna not alone. Steffi exhaled sharply. "So she wasn't telling us everything." "No," Carter said. "But she may also not be guilty." Steffi closed the file. "We need answers." But they weren't the only ones searching. Electra feels the aftershock. Across town, Electra trembled as her phone vibrated with message after message. Her bright red lips twisted into a frown. Reporters. Bloggers. Even a few fans. "Did you hear? Luna escaped. Is Electra safe?" Some people think she was the real target. Electra swallowed hard. That last one struck a nerve. She had spent weeks brushing off the strange texts. The anonymous package with the torn fabric. The feeling someone was watching her outside the studio. She'd blamed stress, overexposure, anything except the truth. But now, with Luna missing and the world buzzing, Electra's instinct screamed that someone dangerous was out there, and the list of suspects had just doubled. Especially when she received a final message. "You're next." Her blood ran cold. Electra locked the door, pulled the curtains shut, and paced the length of her penthouse. She couldn't escape the feeling that the walls were shrinking, closing in. She dialed Will, her newfound confidant, someone she wasn't sure she trusted, but someone she needed right now. He answered on the second ring. "Electra? What's wrong?" "She's out, Will. Luna escaped. And someone just sent me a message, something threatening. I think I'm in danger." Will hesitated only a beat. "Stay put. I'm coming over." Electra chewed her lip. Should I call the police? Not yet, Will said. Let me see what we're dealing with. I have resources. We can handle this. But Electra wasn't sure. She suddenly wasn't certain about Will at all. Luna's next move. Luna sprinted through the shadows behind the industrial warehouses by the docks, clutching a stolen hoodie around her shaking frame. The night air whipped at her hair as she ducked beneath a loading ramp. She didn't have a plan. Not yet. But she had a destination. Someone she trusted. Someone she had avoided to protect them. Zende. She knew going to him was dangerous, for both of them. But Zende had always seen her clearly. Beneath the trouble, the scandals, the media frenzy, he understood her heart. He knew her truth. And she needed someone who believed her now. As Luna slipped toward the edge of downtown, she didn't notice the figure watching her from across the street. The figure lifted a phone, snapped a picture, and whispered. She took the bait. The voice was cool. Calculated. Too calm for someone witnessing a prison escape. Someone wasn't just tracking Luna. Someone was orchestrating the chaos. Peril on the horizon. Back at her penthouse, Electra's anxiety peaked as she waited for Will to arrive. Every sound, every creak, sent her pulse racing. She double-checked the locks. Triple-checked them. But when a soft knock echoed through the hallway, something felt wrong. Too soft. Too careful. Will, she called through the door. No answer. Her stomach dropped. She took a slow step back, breathing fast. Another knock. This one slightly harder, sharper, impatient. Electra's phone buzzed in her hand, and when she looked at the screen, her heart nearly stopped. A message. From Will. Traffic is crazy. I'm 10 minutes away. Don't open the door for anyone. Electra's gaze snapped to the door. The handle was turning. What's next? Luna racing through the night. Electra trapped with an unknown threat outside her door. A shadowy mastermind pulling strings behind the scenes. And the Foresters caught in a firestorm no one can control. Luna's daring escape has ignited mayhem across Los Angeles. And Electra? If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.